Is the 2024 BMW M1000RR a good commuter bike? This is a question that I've received from some of you, and in this video, we'll answer. As some of you know, I began riding about 3 years ago. I started with a BMW F750 GS. I began commuting on this bike, but eventually found out that it was too big, for commuting that is, but not for adventure riding or long trips. I then switched to a 2022 Ducati Streetfighter V2. I really enjoyed that bike. I loved the sound of the engine. But soon enough, after getting stuck in slow-moving traffic a few times, I realized I did not enjoy losing the feeling in my hands from them going numb. Remember that my F750 GS had cruise control. I liked my Ducati Streetfighter V2, and so I went back to the dealer and asked the Ducati rep if Ducati had any OEM Ducati cruise control I could install on my bike. The Ducati rep said that Ducati's philosophy did not support cruise control, and if I wanted cruise control, to get an old man's bike. So I did. I moved on and got a 2023 S1000RR that did have cruise control. I still had my Ducati, so I thought I would ride it. Come to find out, I continued to gravitate towards my 2023 BMW S1000RR more and more. I found that I was actually only riding this bike and had completely stopped riding the 2022 Ducati Streetfighter V2. The size, power, and the fact that I could use cruise control to regain the feeling in my hands had a lot to do with my decision. I then saw the BMW M1000RR and thought it would be a great bike to use for commuting. So I decided to get rid of my 2022 Ducati Streetfighter V2 and 2023 BMW S1000RR and get the 2024 M1000RR, as I personally did not want to end up with several bikes that I would not ride. My thought was, I would rather get rid of them and let someone else enjoy them than have the bikes collecting dust. This brings me to the 2024 M1000RR. This has been my commuter bike ever since I got it. In fact, as proof of this, over the last couple of months or so, I recorded almost 2,500 miles on it. So, the question is, why is this a good commuter bike? Before I share, please remember this is my personal perspective, and I acknowledge there may be others out there whose perspective and experience differ from mine. I would like to ask if you have other reasons or experiences as to why you like or dislike this bike. Please share in the comment section below. To me, this bike is more comfortable than the 2023 BMW S1000RR. The reason is that I think the seat that the 2024 BMW M1000RR comes with is thicker and has more padding. The bike is also lighter than the 2023 S1000RR. The size is also nice as it is not wide. It is, however, a little bit taller than the S1000RR. The aerodynamics seem to be better on the M1000RR than on the S1000RR, meaning that when riding at highway speeds, the M1000RR feels more planted on the road, as if the larger wings add a significant amount of additional downforce, causing you to have higher traction than on the S1000RR. My helmet is also not hit with so much wind buffeting as it did on the S1000RR. Now please remember that this is a variable that changes depending on your height. The suspension is also better on the M1000RR than the S1000RR. The M1000RR handles road and highway bumps better. I suppose it has to do with the suspension being manual as well as the lighter weight of the bike and rear suspension tuning. By the way, make sure it is tuned to your weight. I also, believe it or not, observed better fuel economy on the M1000RR than on the S1000RR. On the M1000RR, it feels as though you have endless power. You can easily reach speed limits on first gear. I have never tested the limits or plan to either, but it is good to know you have power on tap if needed. Because of its comfort, good fuel economy, about 180 miles in one gas tank, and nimbleness, I plan to continue to use the M1000RR for commuting and future long trips. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe and share. Until next time.